welcome to Public Works Street Sweeper Field Trip Day. And I am here with my colleague Karen Gasser, who is one of our street sweeper operators. And she's going to give us a tour of how our street sweepers work, what they can and cannot do, and just in general good safety precautions to take when you're around the street sweeper. But I have a couple questions for Karen. So first, Karen, what is the favorite part of your job?
Being outside, being with the public. It's definitely nicer than being in an office.
I agree. And what is the most frustrating part of your job?
Trying to tell people what the job entails, what you can and can't do, and having them work with you.
Yeah, I would agree. So what kind of special skills or certifications do you have to drive one of the street sweeper trucks for Reading?
You basically need a CDL. Training is on the job. We had the outfit come in and train us how everything works, maintenance, upkeep, and then it's just practice. Yeah. Each truck, we have several sweepers, and each one operates a little bit different. You might have to adjust the door a little bit different on each one, and depending on what you're picking up, it changes how you sweep.
Yeah, so it's not just a one-size-kind-of-fits-all kind of technique. It's
right.
You really have to finesse it and really get to know your truck and where you're at.
Exactly, yes.
Cool.
This is obviously the interior of the sweeper. As you can see, we have dual controls, so I can actually operate the vehicle from either side, depending on which side of the street I'm sweeping. And all these controls here operate the back of the sweeper, the actual sweeping mechanisms. We have one side works the right, one side works the left. In addition to the two side brooms, we actually have it's called a boom broom that runs all the way along the bottom of the sweeper itself, and that's good for rocks, dirt, things that are spread out. We also have a water system. Now it won't eliminate the dust at all, completely, but it keeps it down a little bit, so we can use that. And then also we have several warning lights. We have 2 beacons on the top, flashers on the back, and that helps with people to see us if they can't hear us. But yeah, that's basically it. And then you kind of learn as you go, depending on what you're picking up. You have to use this lever here. It lets airflow in, so some things might be lighter, some things are heavier. If you're picking up stones versus just trash, you have to operate the airflow, and that's it. Just practice.
So Karen, what sizes of things can you pick up? Because a street sweeper, you think it's really like a vacuum cleaner.
Right. It basically is just a large vacuum cleaner. Just like your home vacuum cleaner, you have the hose that you might be able to pick up a couple of paper clips, but if you throw a big pile of paper clips, you're going to get clogged. And that's how this is. This is our suction tube. And you can see that's the opening. So if you put a pizza box in the street or branches, even long weeds that you pull out of your sidewalk, please don't throw them in the street. Put them in a trash bag. The city will pick them up with your yard debris. You just have to call it in. Once those items lay across the bottom of this tube, everything else I run over just stays there, and I eventually start to drag, and I'll drag it in front of your neighbor's house, and they won't like you very much.
Yeah, so once it gets clogged, adjusting the airflow doesn't help. You basically have to drop everything and then pick it up, throw it in the truck.
Exactly, yeah.
Or people could just put it where it belongs in the first place.
Exactly. We try to inform people not to sweep their sidewalk debris into the street. One, we can't get it all. And two, if we can't get it all when we get rains, it's going to wash into the basins, which goes into the sewer system and is another additional cost. And all these things raise your taxes.
Right.
And we work hand in hand with the sewer department because of trying to clean up what debris we can, but we all have to work together.
Oh, absolutely.
To get it accomplished.
Yeah, because keeping our streets litter free helps keep our water cleaner.
Right.
Yeah. So, and then you wanted to show me what the flaps look like over here.
Oh, yes. This is known as the head. It goes down onto the street. If I'm sweeping on the left-hand side, the broom will kick the items into this hopper or into this head, and the airflow will pull it across to be suctioned up. The problem is, again, we can't pick up everything because if you look under here, we have rubber flaps. So, in essence, you're only looking at about 5 inches, 6 inches at the most of an area that I can pick up. It'll get caught here, and slowly one item at a time will go through. But it shows you I'm not able to pick up your milk carton, your 2-liter bottle, things that are higher. It's just going to drag them, and eventually it'll kick it out somewhere else.
Right.
Yeah. So it's not a magic machine.
No.
It would be a lot easier. But yeah, we are hindered, with what we can and can't pick up.
So other than doing the normal street sweeping routes that we have in the city, what kind of other things do you get called out for to do street sweeping on?
We get called out for accident cleanups, storm cleanups. Like for instance, today, I always call it freelancing. I don't have any set schedule, but I have an area that I have to do. So I will, this time of year with the leaves, even though this isn't a leaf machine, I can get some leaves. I can't get huge piles like the leaf machine does, but I can get quite a bit.
Yeah.
And I'm not on a time frame, which is very crucial with trying to pick up some stuff. You run out of time, you run out of the day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then what is this fire hose for? Do you put out fires too?
Actually, we have gone on fire a couple of times. But this is actually to fill our water system. We have nozzles all along. Here's 2 here. We have them underneath the truck. It's to attempt to keep the dust down at least a little bit. It will not stop it completely.
Right.
But every little bit helps. Depending on what we're picking up, if it's dry dirt, you definitely need something
To help it.
Yeah.
in one of the neighborhoods of Reading who is not on a normal street sweeping route, and this neighborhood gets done more or less seasonally, picking up stones and grit and salt from the winter, and then in the fall, taking care of the pine needles and the leaves and things.
Correct.
So what are some of the things you need to be really careful of while you're out in a neighborhood and doing your job?
You of course have to watch for people crossing the street, walking in the street. You also have to be aware of low wires, tree branches. They can all damage our truck. We have our exhaust is on the roof, so we have to take into consideration the angle of the branches. They're supposed to be trimmed up to 16 feet by the property owner. Unfortunately, we get damaged. As you can see
Looks like
from here.
somebody got smacked with a branch.
Yeah.
So maintaining the tree trimming is really important as well.
Yeah, very important. It's safe for them, and then it helps us also. There's a lot of areas I can't actually get into the curb because of them. And then again, when we're sweeping, we have to watch our brooms, the curbing, the head itself where the trash goes. It has a tendency to get clogged depending on what we're picking up. So we have to try to unclog that. Yeah, there's quite a bit to watch all at once, and you get used to it, but yeah, it's a lot.
And I did want to make the point of, when I was following you over here, I was making sure I was staying back 50 feet, but I couldn't always see your mirrors. So would you know that I was behind you?
Not if you're too close. If you can't see me, I can't see you. Some of our trucks do have rear cameras. However, you can't rely on them all the time. I mean, it's equipment that does break. Also, when we're sweeping, our routes have time limits. So say it's a street that says 8 to noon. That's when you're not supposed to be there, between 8 to noon, not as soon as I go past, because what happens is I might have to back up. I might get clogged, and you're right behind me. You can technically get issued tickets for pulling in. So I would suggest don't park there between those times.
Right.
I know it's a hassle, but unless the people actually clean them up themselves, that we wouldn't have to come and clean, we're going to be there, unfortunately.
Right.
So we have to work together.
It is really important that we work together. And okay, so we're going to see how it actually works and picks up, and then we'll let you get back to the rest of your duties today.
Okay.
Thank you so much for letting us follow you around for a bit.
Thank you.